Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we got to look at the new campaign reward ship. What is it this time? Mainz, Tier 7 German Cruiser Riegerwald. Running the show in this game here. New Warhammer 40,000 commander. We'll probably do a deep dive on the commanders and perhaps the whole Warhammer package as the week goes on, but want to give a quick look at the Mainz now. Here we got two clips. This first one's going to be about 3-4 minutes. Going to be a game that's looking dicey early, but we're going to do what we can do to claw back and turn the tide here. So Friesland moving in to our gearing, but take a look at the map. Friesland's got 3 support ships, you know, about a square away from them. Our gearing's only got the 1 support ship, i.e. the Mainz, the ship we're in here, within the same distance, you know, about a square away. All the other so-called support ships, 2-3 squares to the south, not nearly as menacing. The other problem Gearing's got is now he's in the Friesland's smoke sonar web. Okay, Gearing can't see him. Friesland's got him spotted. Everyone on the team, all those support ships piling on, kills the Gearing. Luckily, he does get a revenge strike with one of those torps, but now we're going to be in a situation where, we lost 2/3 of our destroyers here. They've got A. Now, luckily, our destroyer snagged B right off the bat, but we can't really safely snag C ourselves. We got a Grover back there. We got a couple. We got an Otago. We got a Cleveland. You know, Mainz is not designed to be shot at. Okay, I'll tell you that right off the bat here. So we're not going to be pushing directly into C, but what we're going to do is utilize these islands. Okay, these island chains, these island ladders that you're going to see on the periphery of a lot of these maps. I think Two Brothers, this map, you know, a few of the newer ones, they got these kind of flanking islands set up here where you're kind of, as a cruiser, incentivized to go island by island, secure more map control that way. Now, being way on the flank here, take a look at our firing range. We can't even project power into B that reliably, but over here, the ship's playing into C. Well, they're not going to be necessarily accounting for us, and we're going to be presenting major crossfire angles. Compare us to the battleship, you know, that battleship black hole there. Take those 3 battleships. Let's say they all had shots in here. You know, we're about 3-4 squares to the northeast of those guys. So we're going to get some potential vicious crossfires set up here. Cleveland, I don't know if he's got an eye on that destroyer. He's got a clue that he's over there, or he's just going on the cap trying to contest the cap here. But we're now set up on the attack here, and check out the quick strike potential of the Mainz. 1 shot, boom. 2 shots, oof. Not feeling too good. He begins the angle here, but now referencing that crossfire that we talked about just a moment ago, he's now angling his ship towards us, trying to defend against the most immediate threat, which is probably the right call. But now he's flashing broadside at all those guys down there, and they're all interested. And boom, blue team combines, takes him out, and we actually secure C at this point in time, and then go on to kind of win the match there. So early on, analyzing that game as we're playing it, not looking too good, but I think that play right there kind of turned the tide. So that's, you know, I wanted to include that tip. That's more for maps that have these flanking islands. Look for those possibilities as cruisers. Don't always just sit in the back, sit in the spawn. The cruisers are kind of designed to get on the wings and project power that way. So interesting play I thought there. Here, though, we're going to see the damage output. Now, this isn't the highest damage we've seen, at least out of my play on the Mainz. I think so far my highest damage game was actually on the stream that we played yesterday. We were taking a look at everything. I want to say it was about 165k of that game. This one's not going to be quite that high, but also quite a bit of damage. We're going to basically be playing the middle and estuary. Now, the key, if you're going to be doing this, is you're going to be looking for shots through these little gaps in the islands. You see a little dip there. You'll see me play that gap, obviously. Or we could potentially move to the left, shoot over the left-hand side of these island formations. But we want to make sure we're not getting plane spotted. If we are, probably got to let the guns go silent and then work on protecting ourselves, because a lot of people have access to this. So we'll let that roll in the background. Going to be going over the Weimar and the Mainz in general, because basically a lot of people just got the Weimar, and it was pretty vicious. The Tier 6 German cruiser that came out, I don't know, probably about a month ago. But people are saying, what is this? Basically the same thing in Tier 7, more or less. Looking at the guns, we got 4x3s on both of them, 150 calibers. Got an extra, and I put both the commander on both of these ships to compare these stats, by the way, just in case. So the build, the only difference in the build will be the slot 4 mod. on the mines. Of course, we only get 3 slots worth of mods on the Weimar. But taking a look at the stats, range, we get an extra kilometer, 0.4 on the mines. Reload's actually better on the Weimar by a full second, 4.9 compared to 5.9. Traverse, same. HE damage, fire chance the same. AP damage a little bit better on the mines, about 150 damage per max hit. Better. AA suite, better on the mines. We got an 80 rating compared to 60. Torpedoes, basically the same exact thing, except for the reload on the Weimar, much more potent. 68 seconds on that one compared to 90 over here. Okay. How about maneuverability? Well, the mines, we get an extra knot in the water, 33.2 compared to 32.2. Turn circle, a little bit better on the Weimar, 650 compared to 720. And the rudder, better on the Weimar, 8.4 compared to 10.1. Likewise, concealment, we get about a half kilometer better stats on the Weimar. Tier 6. Difference in the sonar, more or less the same. We got the 5.6 kilometer version on the mines, same thing you would see on the Hipper, for instance. And you basically have the York sonar on the Weimar. So that all makes sense. It's all kind of scaled. Basically, it plays more or less the same. It's one of those ships, lightly armored. If battleships or cruisers start shooting you, cruisers, if there's whacking in the sides, battleships, doesn't really matter where they're whacking you, you're not going to be alive. Okay, that's kind of the name of the game of the mines, name of the game of the Weimar. If you already got the Weimar, do you want this one? Well, this is a tier 7 ship. So we're going to be going against tier 7, legendary tier 6. Weimar, obviously it's a tier 5 through tier 7 vessel, barring failed platoons, of course. So competition a little bit better with the Weimar. But everything else is kind of scaled just up a little bit, in terms of the tiers. So I like the Weimar, I like the München, I like the mines. These are basically the tier 5, 6, 7, more or less the same ship. Keeps coming out. But variety is the spice of life, and sometimes we want to play these higher tier games, and this is the one to do it in. And we're going to be able to see here all these AP shots. Basically, the philosophy that I employ when playing these light cruisers with the Germans, anytime we got the broadside, cruisers, battleships for sure, we're shooting AP. Now, cruisers, if we're close range, we might want to be plugging them with the Citadel. Longer range, we might want to test the Citadel, but more reliably, start elevating the shot into the superstructure. Likewise, these battleships, you can see the aim point on the Jean Bart going straight for the superstructure there. And we're rattling off nasty damage. It could be anywhere from 1 to 2,000, it could be 5,000. Sometimes you're going to be seeing values in the right around the 10,000 every time you're pulling the trigger here. So this is withering damage. Ideally, you'd like to start one fire, maybe even 2 fires, and then let those fires burn. You get the damage accumulated in the background passively. Then we start piling on with the AP, going for bigger raw damage values. However you want to do it, you're going to be racking up the damage. Okay, so the mines, damage output wise, very strong. Okay, we're not going to see it necessarily in this game until the end, but we'll see how quickly it can unravel once the enemy trains their guns on you. Okay, these ships are made to be played very carefully. The firing arcs, they're not as high as the Americans, of course, but they're not as low as the Russians. So that's kind of a nice middle of the pack firing arc here that allows us to kind of lob a lot of these shots over these hills here, but we still get the shots downrange in a reasonable amount of time. So gun performance, great. You're not going to have any problems with the guns. It's just once, number one, can you play the islands and the position game properly, and can you protect yourself? You can try doing the open water dodging type of gameplay here, but anyone who can aim well, they're not going to really have that much trouble hitting the mines. And once again, once they start tagging your ship, the game ends very rapidly. So playing the islands, playing the position game, that's going to be the main key to the ship. Once again, we got a Siegfried here. Now you can see in this game, if you want to jump in the game a little bit, not looking too hot. We're already down, 4 ships, give or take. And they're enveloping the team. This is a classic losing formation where everyone on one team balls up, and in this case, the ball is basically the one cap that we have, and then the area to the north, and then the red team, they're controlling everything on the wing, and they're just going to be lobbing shots from every angle. Okay, so this is obviously a losing game. If you should be able to take a look at the map for 2 seconds and realize what's going on. Even if the ship count was even, Brad would be in a most likely winning position here. But nevertheless, we got 103,000 damage. That's over 2.5 times our ship's HP and damage thus far. So we're doing okay with our own situation, but we got some issues here. Now, take a look on the map there. The cruiser directly to the south of us just popped up here. That's the Boise. Now, I was attempting to maybe push around this island here, get some flanking shots in these cruisers / destroyers that are attacking from the east. But the Boise puts the kibosh on this, but hold your phone here. He's leaving the broadside exposed, and once again, we're going to be attacking the broadside. Now, we're going to go ahead and put some torps down as insurance. We're going to hope to kill him with the guns first, but we got multiple guys shooting at us from all angles, and of course broadsides are going to be exposed once we're in the middle of the map like this. So getting those torps down, if we can do it quickly, we don't want to waste salvos, we don't want to be missing shots with the guns, but we got them down as quick as possible, and they serve as a little bit of an insurance there, and it actually pays off, even though we probably would have killed him shortly thereafter. Nevertheless, he goes down a little bit quicker and keeps us alive for just a little bit longer. So, you know, once again, the game's not looking too hot here, but pretty good takedown on that. Now we got an angled Siegfried, problematic. We got the Weimar behind him. We can't really reliably attack him. So we're just kind of trying to get a little bit more damage as we go down. But, you know, this is kind of a short game, and you can see how much damage you can put out in quick bursts. You know, that's kind of the name of the mines. But same thing. If you get exposed, if you get flushed like we are here, then you're going to go down very rapidly. You can't protect yourself. You can't angle. You can see these guys are just slamming us from all angles. I mean, maybe you can angle against some cruisers, but battleships, look out. You can't do anything. If they hit you, you're dead. So, do I like the mines? Yes. I like this style of German cruiser quite a bit. Focus on the AP. Go for the big damage. Work on your positional game. And you're probably going to have a lot of fun in the mines. So, Tier 4 Destroyer Soroku, part of the campaign as well. We'll take a look at that shortly, but this is the pinnacle. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the look. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. Lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave below. Love to hear from you, and we'll see you all later. Peace.